3, 2, 1,
0,
0, and liftoff. Liftoff. Americans return to space as Discovery clears the tower.
What's up? Welcome back to TTMTrades. How y'all doing, man? I haven't recorded in the past 2 or 3 days. That's because I got sick. A little chest cold, stuffy head, stuffy nose, the whole nine. So now that I'm recovering, I might sound a little stuffy, but we're going to go over a couple plays that we've been calling over the past couple days, and I haven't been able to do daily reviews on them due to me being sick. So, again, man, we had 2,700 followers on the Stock Twitter account. I deeply appreciate it. If you hear screaming in the background, it's because my children are jumping on their trampoline, so hopefully they're not too loud. So let's jump right into it, man. A couple plays we talked about back on May 16th. Posted TGB. Really like how this one is set up. Entry points 108 to 114. So if you look, TGB actually dipped down to 105 but closed right at 108 where we called it, and ran up to 140 for a nice 35-cent spread. Excuse me, I can't get my math right today, man. I'm sick and I'm delusional, but for a nice 35-cent spread for some good gains right there. So that's TGB. That's one of the plays that we called. Another one we talked about was ONTX. Everybody know about ONTX running 98% when we called that one. ACST. So back on June 5th, posted ACST on watch, 67 cent of support with overhead resistance at 72. Pulled back on light volume for consolidation. So when you come and look at ACST, it actually began pulling back. It pulled back to 65 cent. We called it saying it was going to pull back at 67, but it actually pulled back right at 65 and then jumped all the way up to 80 cent for a nice 25-cent spread. Okay, so another big gainer called in the Discord chat. Then we talked about ticker MYO, which is still consolidating in that low $3 range. We're still waiting on the breakout. All right, so be patient with that one. Ticker DARE, we already talked about DARE. DARE on watch for a breakout, which the breakout already happened. Then we posted to watch for the 165 overhead resistance where we wanted everybody to take profit. So if you look, we talked about DARE back when it was right at 108, and then it actually pushed into that 165 resistance where profit taking happened, and then it began pulling back. So again, on that one, a nice 57-cent spread on this one for a little over 50% on DARE. Again, then we talked about plug. We said back on June 6th, watch plug to see if this 185 holds for a bounce reversal, right? As plug began to pull back right in that general area around 185, and then we actually got the bounce, right? We got it pulled back to 178, but actually closed at that 185 as we called it, and then it bounced up to 205 for a nice 20-cent spread. So that was another on point call. So I mean, we're literally killing it in the chat, man. Definitely killing it in the chat. And then just a couple other plays, man. We already talked about the ONTX calls. You know, NLST ran for 94%. ONTX ran for extra 100% off them calls back on May 23rd. And then what else? What was another big one? There was another big one we called. I mean, we've been killing it. Oh yeah, CRMD, man. We alerted this one back, and it ran from 22 to 31 for a 40% spread on ticker CRMD. Since we did that as one of our top 3 for the breakout, ran from $3.38 to $4 for an 18% spread. For our beta test scanner that we built back in April, just a test scanner to try to pick up some stocks. We got some big gainers out of here at 54%, you know, 8%, 6%, 17%, 8%, 75% gain on that one. And then you got a couple of them down here that took some losses based off that momentum scanner, but it definitely picked up some great plays that we've all been keeping an eye on. So definitely been killing it in the Discord chat, man. The team has been killing it. But the big one I want to talk about today is the one of my guys, Big Bull, brought up. He said this morning, check out TNTR. It broke the 10 EMA, which is a key area we look at, and then it held above the 1 standard deviation, which is another key area we look at. Next resistance around 80. All right, so if we look at TNTR, I mean, he called it spot on. It was holding above that 10 EMA. You can hear the mucus. Held above that 10 EMA nicely, and then it broke out to exactly what he called, right at 80, right at the middle BB. Topped out at 80 cent, again for another 26 cent spread. So another great call by Big Bull in the Discord chat room. Now, what we want to talk about is what this one is going to possibly do short term and where it might go long term as far as profit taking. So before we go long term, let's look short term. This one has had a very bullish run as it held above that 10 period simple moving average, and it topped out right at 80, what Big Bull called it. But that volume spike right there is very concerning. All right, now with that volume spike, what we call that is a exhaustion buying, where so many people pile into the stock at one time that for the next day that rolls around, there's not many buyers left to pile in. All right, so what typically happens if there aren't any more buyers to follow up behind you to pile into that stock, because everybody piled into it on one day with this volume spike, then that leaves nothing but sellers. So tomorrow, what we should look for is possibly a pullback before we try to continue this next leg up. So we go intraday 2 hours, where I like to look. That's the most I'll go intraday. I don't like to go in any further because it's too much noise and I'm not a day trader. So being a swing trader, looking at the 2 hour charts, as you can see, a lot of indecision running up to that 80 cent range. You're getting a lot of pullbacks with these candle wicks at the top. Okay, so what I would look for is a temporary pullback here sometime soon. Even your RSI is beginning to hit an oversold level, and your percent B bands even spiked up to a pretty high level. So what I would look for is a pullback here. Now, when we begin to pull back, I would look to find support right on top of that one standard deviation, right at 61 cent, or the 10 period SMA, which holds the price section up normally during the uptrend, right at 60 cent. And yes, I did say it's going to possibly pull back to 60 to 61 cent. All right, it hit its profit target right at 80. You can clearly see the indecision here. So short term, this is going to pull back to 60 to 61 cent. So anybody who's sitting on the sideline debating on whether they should try to jump into the stock around 77 cent or 72 cent, wherever it closed at today, I would definitely wait and not chase this cat up the tree. So let it pull back to right around 60 to 61 cent tomorrow. And if it's consolidating in that area, make an entry. But long term, on the weekly, what we're looking at pushing is, you know, you had this nasty downtrend. Now, overall, this stock is in a nasty downtrend, right? But we're trying to make some quick plays, quick money. We're not investing in this. We're not jumping in this long term and trying to ride this back up for years to come, right? We're trying to get in and out, right? That's what all trading is about, getting in and getting out. We're not trying to marry the stock. We're not trying to go on a date, in and out, one night stand, make some profit, and we gone. Okay, so the big thing with this is you had this nasty downtrend here. You get this volume spike to show the buying power of the bulls interested in this general price range, and now you're getting this nice, steady, slow uptrend. Now the nearest term resistance is sitting right here, where your 10 period simple moving average is at, right at $1. And that makes sense that $1 would possibly be that next line of resistance. And we won't say $1 exactly. We'll say anywhere from 90 cents to $1 is where you should probably lock in profits, is this, if this continues to push up, which will probably be sometime next week. But well, it'll definitely be tomorrow's Friday. You got another day, but I think tomorrow may pull back. I definitely see that. But overall, I think this is going to push up to 90 to $1. All right, and that makes sense because one, that's where your 10 period SMA is trending down at, right, due to the downtrend, and two, that's where that line of support is at during these past 3 weeks right here, before you had the final fail and the stock finally gapped all the way down to 33 cent. Right, so we're looking at if you can get in around that 60 to 61 cent on that intraday pullback, due to some profit taking, and then ride it up to that 90 cent to $1. That's a 30 to 40 cent spread right there for a little over 60% gain. So play it very carefully. Big picture, we aiming for 90 cent to $1. Short term, we know we need to expect some type of pullback per the 2 hour chart. Looking at the indecision candles up here, if this is a strong, healthy uptrend, then you should get a pullback and it hold above that one standard deviation at 61, and or that 10 period moving average right at 60. For those of you who are sitting on the sideline trying to debate whether or not you should enter. All right, but definitely been killing it in the Discord chat room. Again, you all, it's free. Discord chat room is free. We're not charging anything, or you don't have to have any level of trading. Again, we're just amateur traders, experienced traders that are within this chat room, and we're building a tight-knit community to where we teach everybody how to trade and help them learn from their mistakes, because as those around us learn, not only am I seeing potential profit in plays, then the ones that are learning from me are also seeing potential profit in different plays, and that opens up our picks as far as stocks, and it gives us a better opportunity to make a lot more money. So again, the Discord link is down at the bottom of the chat room. Even ticker AMMA when we called this one. I mean, our call outs have been on point. PRPO and AMMA, we said this last Monday, reversing from their low volume pullbacks. We'll watch for new highs this week or an attempt at the old ones. And then when you look at ticker AMMA, again, that's that low volume pullback we was talking about, and then attempt at its old highs from 34 up to 47 for a quick 13-cent spread. Right, that was a quick day trade right there. So a lot of potential plays. Again, a free Discord chat room for anyone to join, and for us to continue making money together. But ACST still going, 83 cents. Right, still going. But again, you all, if you got any questions, leave a comment at the bottom. Hit me up in my Discord chat room, and or you can find me on StockTwits, either one. But again, we've been killing it, non-stop crazy in the Discord chat room, man. A lot of great plays, a lot of great call-outs, a lot of great teamwork, a lot of money being made. But till next time, man, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, leave a like, and continue trading safe, protect your account, and let's continue making money together. I'm out.
Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.